Hey guys, this is CyberShake back with another video, and a lot of people have asked me how do I edit via phone and have asked me to do a little tutorial about editing via phone. So I decided to make a video on it. So what you're seeing in the screen right now is one of my edit that I've done via phone. So in this video we are going to try remake the same poster all over again. I'll be briefly explaining everything that I'll be doing in this video to remake that poster, so please listen carefully, and I hope I have all of your attention right now. So with that being said, let's begin. One last thing that I want to say is from now on this poster that I've already made will be on our left side of the screen all the time. So as you can see, now the pic is on the left side of the screen, and now let's begin the tutorial. So before even starting the poster, the first thing that you're gonna make sure here is you have all the necessary resources that you are going to need to make a poster. It may be renders, it may be pictures, it may be the fonts, it may be the background. So let's start with the background. So as you can see in the original poster, the background here is a blue background. So I'm gonna go and try find a suitable background for this video. So I searched a lot, but unfortunately I couldn't find the same background that I used back then, but it really doesn't matter. The background doesn't matter. All it matters is the concept on how can we really make a poster. So for this video, what you're seeing on your right now is going to be my poster for this video. So now I downloaded another blue background, because if you notice in the original poster down below, you'll notice that I used actually a different background on the original poster. So this is going to be our second background that we will be using in the bottom of the poster. So now that we've done with the backgrounds, now it's time to go find a suitable render of a wrestler. So in this case it's AJ Styles. So what you can basically do is just Google his render, or you can visit PSD Dreams. It is a quite good site and provides HD renders, so you may want to visit it, and even I suggest you to go do that. So there we have it, the render that we wanted, and you can see that it is exactly the same that I used back then. So it is the perfect render, and I just downloaded it. So after downloading the renders, now it's time to go and find the fonts. So for fonts that usually the fonts of the format TTF works in the phone and in PicsArt, so you better go and type the same in Google and make sure just you download a font whose format is TTF. So I searched a bit for the same fonts that I used in the original poster, but again I couldn't find them. So I think I'm just gonna go and use the random fonts, and that too doesn't matter in my opinion. So now we get the fonts, we got the background, we get the renders. What's left is, if you noticed down below on the original poster, so it's actually a film reel whose texture I've used in the original poster. So to download that, you need to tap on the Google film reel PNG or a render. So as you can see on the right side of your screen, we have everything that is needed to rebuild the original poster. So with that being said, I think let's begin making the original poster all over again, and I want you to watch this video carefully from now on, and now comes the editing part. So to begin, the first thing is you open PicsArt and then click on the plus icon and then click on draw. Then you're gonna see a screen that you're seeing right now in the right side of the screen. you can go ahead and choose the orientation you want. For this video, I'll go with the option 2. You can go ahead and select absolutely anything you like, and once you select it, you click on the OK. Now you're gonna see a blank white sheet, so you better click on add images and add an image that we just downloaded. You just put it over the white sheet and fully cover it, exactly like you can see on your right side. So once that being done, you click on the edit image. After that, you'll reach the main screen, and from there I want you to go click on the effects button and then click on the blur button, because we need a blur effect. Because if you can see it on the original poster, you'll notice that I've used a blur effect there too. After that, click on the add images and add the main render, which is Hdr styles, and readjust it according to you. And after you've done that, it should look something like this. You can also try Hdr Effect. It is quite good and it can be found in the effects option. So now that you're done with the Hdr styles render, what you need next is the logo. So do exactly what you did in the case of Hdr styles. Just load the image and readjust it according to you. Now let's load up the other logo, but as soon as you load it, you'll notice that it is overlapping it. To adjust, to decide which layer has to go up, you can just simply click on that specific render and it will pop up just like that. So after readjusting, you can see that now both the logos are looking great, and now comes the time where we use fonts. To write something, you just have to click on the text button and then just type whatever you want to type. So for example, I'm going to write specials on it, and once I typed it, click on the tick button. So once you do that, you're gonna see a screen where it'll ask you to select the font you want, and after you've done that, you can just click on the tick again and it will be saved. The latest version of PicsArt even offers a lot of new features like stroke, shadows, and all that stuff, so I think we can do a lot more than I could have done back then. So now comes my favorite part. If you notice in the original poster, you'll see a bunch of lens flares being used. So guess what we're doing? We're gonna apply some lens flares, which definitely increase the beauty of a poster, and it is my favorite thing to do while editing, because this is where every editor gets to be different than the other. You can use them the way you want. You can basically pick any lens flare you want regardless of the color, because there is an option where you can change the colors. So it's a good option, and yes, go ahead and choose any lens flare you want. So as I said, this is where every editor gets to be different than the other. So here comes the creative part. You can use your creations and design the way you want. So here's a little piece of art that I did here. I just used basically 4 lens flares and adjusted them like you're seeing in the right side of the screen. So now comes the time where we use the film reel render that we downloaded early on. Right now it's not really looking that great, but it will be when we fill each and every block with a picture. But I would say this, that if we would have selected a little thicker film reel, then it would have looked great. But anyways, it's great. And now let's fill up these blocks. Right now I do not have the exact same pictures that I've used in the original poster, so I think I'm gonna go a little bit random. So right now what you're seeing on the right side of your screen will be the pictures that I'll be using to fill those blocks. So here's a little example on how to fill these blocks. we just basically have to do nothing, just click on the edit add images and just adjust them according to the boxes. So now if you'll notice that now our newly made poster is starting to look like the one that is original. So now it's time to use the other background that we've downloaded. We're gonna put it in the bottom of the poster, but since I'm planning to use only the lower part of this background, we have to crop it, and you can crop it by an option called crop. You just have to click on there and select the amount of picture that you want, and once you cropped it, you just have to click on the tick and then you can use it. So after cropping and readjusting according to you're gonna see something like this. So as you can see, the majority of the poster is already done. Now what's left is the empty spaces. So what we can do about it is simply add details on it. Details that can be like adding the date of an event, and as you can see, I've wrote pretty much a lot of stuff. You can see in the original poster, 6th August 2016, live and exclusively on ICW network. So yes, so you basically use these empty spaces just to fill in the details, and this is one of the most important part of the editing, because you want to make sure that you have added every possible necessary details that you were needed to do. So make sure your edit looks complete. I mean, there's rarely an area which is empty. Make sure you fill every possible detail if there is that amount of space, and it should at least look complete. So to just fill up the poster, I randomly wrote something on my edit on the bottom of the poster, and you can notice that as much as we've started to put some details on the poster, it has begun to look a lot more complete. So as you can see in the right side of your screen, I again added another text, and now it is looking really great. So I think you got the point, and I'm not going any further into this tutorial. That's pretty much it. If there's any kind of a problem, you can ask me in the comments section. I'll sure answer it out for you. And if you want more videos like this, do mention it in the comments. And if you find this video helpful, please like and please subscribe. And I'm out.